Alright, so, last time, on Need for Speed Underground 2, we located all of the hidden shops and cash rewards we could collect in Explore mode. And now, I think it's time for me to officially get not one. Well, actually, it is just one because I've not signed with the sponsor yet. But I will be getting another car later on in the stage. Or probably when I've signed with my next sponsor. But anyway. So, I'm now going to decide on my second to last car.
Hey, have a good look around and let the beauty sink in. Pick out a new ride right here.
So the cars we unlocked from the Stage 4 URLs include the Mazda RX-8, the Nissan 350Z, the Infiniti G35, which I was initially convinced about but then decided, do I really want it? I probably don't. We also get the Mitsubishi 3000 GT, the Pontiac GTO, the Ford Mustang GT, the Mitsubishi Lancer Evolution 8, and the Mazda RX-7 as the cars that we won from the Stage 4 URLs. And now, for my fourth car, I'm going to choose this. You honestly didn't think I was going to go through this whole game without noticing the Ford Mustang GT and picking this to be one of my main cars. I mean, come on. The clue is literally in the name of my channel. So that's what we'll be doing. We'll be doing most of Stage 5 using the Ford Mustang GT. And yes, I will save the game now, because I have got a lot of work to do with this thing. I've also got a shit ton of money to spend as well. And we will start this off by heading over to the performance shop, and where we'll basically be making this thing almost to the point of where it's nearly about as good as it gets, because we've not quite got all the upgrades yet for level 3. Haven't quite got all of the level 3 upgrades yet, is what I'm trying to say. But anyway. So, let's get some tuning done to this pony car, and where we can basically turn this from a... And where we can basically turn this from... Yeah, you get the idea. I'll basically be turning this thing from a riding thoroughbred into a racing thoroughbred.
Horsepower equals speed, so bolt on everything you can. Right here is the place to do it.
As we begin with the engine upgrade. There we go. So, maxed out top speed, almost maxed out acceleration. Handling could be a little better, but I reckon all of this is good. It's good enough for me, at least. So, Now let's head over to the body shop. Because I can do that. Alrighty, off to the body shop. And then I think that should do it. Huh. Wow, that was amazing. I did not think the drift was going to hold out for that long. Anyways, here we are. Body shop time. Let's see if we can make this one work. And now, one last thing to do, and that is the side mirrors. I'm going to go with... Sure, let's go Liberator. And we can't really do anything else, so... Yeah, I reckon that'll do it. It's enough for a start, at least. I'm not going to do anything else to this car, by the way. So I think we're done. So there we go. We've now put on the best body customizations I think I can put on this thing. And now I think it's time for me to start this off as I've started almost every other stage in this game, and that is going to be with the drift races. And I, of course, am going to make damn sure I get the sponsor I want as well as need for this final stage. Because I need that sponsor in order to get 100%. I know the average rep score doesn't have to be perfect, but I know it has to be a near flawless score if I'm going to score the sponsor, and something tells me I will score that sponsor. If I can manage to keep this car power sliding long enough. And that's what I'll be doing. So it comes from Marnie. Dude, you aren't seriously thinking about drifting with us, are you? You're gonna need some major points to even have a shot. I don't know if you can reach that bar. Maybe you should take a pass. Marnie... Must be something that's stuck in my throat from what I had earlier on. Also, Marnie, you have clearly not been paying attention to the gobs upon gobs of points I've been scoring for most of this game. Also, I figured for this, well, not to waste too much of your time, I would just do the body customization, and then I'd basically be able to work on doing the accessories and the vinyls afterwards, because, well, I figured it might be crucial to do things that way. And yes, I am still doing this on the easy difficulty, by the way. But this will be the only race I do that, because, well, I've been doing this on the easy difficulty for long enough now, and I reckon now it's time for me to start to invoke a bit more challenge from here until the rest of the game from now on, because I reckon now is probably going to be the best time to do it. Well, at least I can say it's able to drift. May not be keeping up with the field in terms of on-track pace, but again, that doesn't matter. As long as I'm able to racketeer these points and basically keep demolishing my opponents down to the gullies, then I am pretty sure this event is probably going to be mine almost hands down. It's also because, well, we're technically doing this on a tight course anyway, so I think from those regards, that might be the reason why I've not really got too many points at the moment. But either way, I am doing good because I'm already up to 86,000 now. Well, 88,000. Okay, now 90,000. You get the idea. The points do add on for... and that's a wall. Anyway. Put on all the upgrades I can put on this thing. I'd imagine once we get to a faster drift course, I'd say the rest of this will probably go a bit easier than what the first race has gone so far. Even though I've been slow on track, I have been able to keep giving myself the big points when I need them, and I've also been able to keep my competition in check, is basically what I've been able to do. And I'm now up to 126,000 on the board. That of course is going to add on, as I now reach 135,000. And that of course will no doubt continue to climb. Still, this course is actually pretty long. It's tight, but it is long. And I have noticed that, for me at least, I reckon the amount of points I've now accumulated, this is going to be perfect for me to get the sponsor I need. Providing I do get all 5 of the available sponsor deals I can get to open up stage 5. I'm also nearly 100,000 points ahead of Sean now, as Steve is running in 3rd and Marnie is, well, she's just being Marnie at the moment, because she's not really moving up any spots. Yeah, 200,000 baby! I've now passed. I'm now over 100,000 points ahead of Sean. So that pretty much tells me my sponsor signing for stage 5 at this stage, I think, is well and truly secured. So I think we're good in terms of the race. My only question is, can I make it to the finish? I might be out of time before then, but I am going to try. And yep, I am well over 100,000 now ahead of my competition, and I'm not going to make it to the finish. Oh well, it doesn't matter. Oh well, it doesn't matter. I still get the points anyway. Even if I don't make it to the finish, I still get the overall points. Also, I was nearly 125,000 points ahead of Sean. Marnie 3rd and Steve was 4th. Now, for the moment of truth. Do I have enough to get the sponsor I need. 2,000 credits won and 300 reputation points. Now it is time for the moment of truth. Have we got the sponsor we need?
Hey, I wasn't sure I would reach you. I've sorted through the latest batch of offers, and I sent you only the top picks. Just decide which one you're gonna go with, and the rest will be taken care of.
Hell yeah, we do. We have just the freaking sponsor we need to get this game over and done with once and for all. So the sponsors we get for this are Koenig, Bilstein, Stillen, New Speed, and, most importantly, Grady, where we will get a signing bonus of 15 grand and a sponsor race purse of 3,000 credits and a total of 3 street cross races. So these are the terms. We need to build a car that will feature on 4 DVD covers, and we also need to do a total of 34 additional races of driver's choice and 3 races of the sponsor's choice, and also we need to do 9 URL race events. And with one of those events, by the way, we will be going up against Nikki before we take down the final boss of this game, Caleb. So I'm going to sign with Grady, because I think now that we have all the sponsors we need to score 100%, this should pretty much be what seals the deal. I hope. But before then, let's get a replay, since I figure that's the one thing I'm basically here to do. See, the thing is, even if you don't manage to cross the finish line, the final score at the end will still count towards your overall performance, because, well, you'll still be there to finish the race anyway if you're leading, and you'll basically still get all the points you accumulated over the drift event itself. Also, I gotta say, this thing really looks like it's got a need for speed. And yes, by the way, that was pun intended. I'm also pretty sure there's a song in the original Underground that is actually called Need for Speed. At least I think that's what it is, but anyway. We have now got all the sponsors we need, and hopefully that should be what's required in order for me to get 100% completion, hopefully. So maybe the day itself will come. I'm certainly hopeful in saying it will, because I've really had to push myself hard to get through this, because I've really had to push myself hard to get through most of this game, and also for me to do this whole game over again twice just for me to get somewhere. But anyway, there we go. I think that's enough for a replay, as far as I'm concerned, even though it was technically a very slow lap, but either way, my first race in the Ford Mustang, as I would have expected, is a win, and that is precisely how I wanted to go about this. So we have now got our sponsor signing with Grady, which I do believe is now the final piece to the jigsaw puzzle. So let's now head over to our second drift event. which is located just up here. In other words, it's basically feels about as fast as Speedy Gonzales. Maybe even Roadrunner. So this one comes to us from Dan. You look like a nice kid. Why don't you run along home and return your mama's car? If you still want to race, you best be prepared to get grounded for losing mom's wheels. You're cool, dog. Just don't make me wait all night. I can assure you I won't. I'm also gonna put this on the hard difficulty because I know how easy it is to win the drift events in most cases. So I'm just gonna get on with this. I'm also pretty sure that once the race itself really gets going, I will no doubt be putting up some serious numbers on the board. Because that, by the way, is what I normally do. Okay, let's go. So we get a Subaru Impreza, a VW Golf GTI, and a Peugeot 206 as our competition here. And I immediately start this off by drifting into the wall. I really don't know what to do here anymore. I needed those points. God damn it, I needed those points. I need all the fucking points I can get in the world right now. I need at least 10,000 in every single corner if I'm going to beat this. Is what I think I need now. I still don't think I'm gonna pull this off. I'm just way too sloppy for me to actually do something good here. Is what I think. It's just becoming hard enough to the point of where I can actually say this feels hellacious. Fuck me. Damn it. I needed those points. And yes, I am allowed to stress like this because this has been one hell of a struggle. Oh, am I actually out in front again? I think I might be, you know. I might actually be out in front of this thing again all of a sudden. Yeah, I think I've got it now. Finally. God, that was insane. That was just absolutely in-fucking-sane, is what that was. Did not think that was actually gonna be rewarding. But anyway, I did win. So Amy was second with just under 100,000, Jazz was third and Dan came home fourth in his Peugeot 206. Only 200 rep points, as well as 2,000 bank points. Kind of knew that was going to happen. But either way, I struggled mightily to actually pull that off, and I am honestly very relieved to say that I actually did pull that off. And I've also now established I'm never doing a drift event in this game on the hard difficulty again because of that. Because, my god, did that feel hellacious. Anyways, we've now got some more carbon parts. Carbon mirrors, carbon spoilers, and carbon roof scoops. Cool. Okay, anyway. I need to find a way out of here. Oh, here it is. Okay. So, 2 drift races down, and 2 drift races to go. Let's now head over to our next one, and before we head over there, I'm going to do one more thing now, and that is to put this down to the medium difficulty, because, well, hard, well, you're basically just asking for trouble. So yeah. That's what I know now. Okay. Well, let's go back to it now. Okay, so... what have I learned here today? Well, basically, what I now know is... fuck the hard difficulty. The hard difficulty in this game is extremely hard. And it's not worth the risk in any way whatsoever, is what I now know. Anyways, here we are. Time for drift race number 3. Is this your idea of a joke? You need a DRIFT car to run with us. We ain't gonna be pouring oil all over the track, so you can get that scrap to slide. Why don't you go on home? Just let me in. Let's now get through our last 2 drift events, as our first one is a downhill drift. You know what, I'm really starting to get tired at this now. And also, aside from that, my palms are really starting to sweat. And also because I am getting tired, so... it might be ideal if I don't get this done tonight to basically get on with this again tomorrow. And basically do it at a time where... holy shit, I just scored 79,000 in that one drift. How on God's green earth was I able to do that? That was literally just a matter of luck is what that was. There's no way in hell that was skill. That was total luck. Okay, I'll take that loss. Still, I can certainly say this is a bit of a handful. Oh. I need to go around the outside if I'm gonna get the combo. I'll see if that's at all possible, considering what I've been able to do so far. And also because of the scores taking the outside bends do actually give you. Huh. Huh. And right at the 50% mark I actually take over the lead now. With a 14,000 point cushion once the drift ended. And that was right at the 50% mark as well, so... Something tells me the 300 rap points might be possible here. Providing I can manage to at least keep myself together long enough. And stop running into traffic. Yeah, this is definitely harder than it has been before now. I'm really starting to get the idea now of why there are a lot of players who do tend to struggle at this stage of the game. Especially if you're like me and you've basically chosen a Ford Mustang to be the car you want to start with. Well, at least it means I'm going to win by an absolute margin anyway, because I'm already up to over 315,000. It would really help if I could stop hitting the walls. Or at least managing to do something that will be representative of what I'm supposed to be doing. Okay, 345,000 in the end of that, in spite of all the wrecks I had in between. So Russ was second, Frank third, and Brian came home fourth. Yeah, 300 rep points, baby. Also another 2,000 in the bank. Okay, one drift event is left. I'm also pretty sure from here my average reputation score at the moment in Stage 5 is... not very good, to say the least. I am also hoping to at least get it over 200, so there might be some races I'll have to do on easy to make that possible, but I think that possibility can be made. Okay, you know what? I'm gonna do one more race tonight, and then I'll get on with the rest of this another day, because another drift event just popped up. And we've got another downhill drift. Drift is coming at you strong. Step in or step off, cause this is for real. No wannabes allowed. You're borderline, so make it quick. Yes or no, boy? Yes. Alright, here we go. You know what? I'm gonna give this one more go, and if I don't get any better with my racecraft, then I'm just gonna completely ignore this whole run and basically just start over from where I left off before. Because I cannot take this anymore. Especially with the amount of sweat that my body is now producing. And not the good type of sweat. Which at this stage is really not sitting well with me. Especially because of how long these drift events now are. And I'm really not feeling too good about my chances right now. I hate it when those assholes do that. It's just always so annoying when the traffic in this game just literally has to be the typical assholes that will just literally get in your way and just totally erase a hard-earned score that you either do or don't deserve. And at the moment, it's really leaving me to feel like my scores are not worthy. Because I just keep running into traffic all the time, and it's actually ruining my runs. Except for when I do actually miss them. In other words, when these runs get longer, it's basically more opportunities for mayhem. And I think that's just ensuing right here, right now. I really don't know how much longer I can cope with this. Okay, I got those points. I'm so glad I got those points. Shit. Okay, 234,000 in the end. Over Christian, Russ, and Simon. Okay. Oh, God, that was tough. That was pretty tough, I'm not gonna lie. Anyways. There we go. And I think that's now a good stopping point for tonight, because I've been at this now for too long. Because I also did the URL events before. Anyway. So there we go. 4 drift events in Stage 5 are now done. And I will pick this up again tomorrow, where I will...
Import tuners scouting their next cover looking for winners, so step it up.
Yeah, thanks, Rachel. Hey, we now have some more custom gauges. Okay, anyway. Custom HUD. Oh, that's the only one left. Yeah, you know what, I'm going to save that for tomorrow. Anyway. 60% complete. And this is our average rep score at the moment. 275. I thought for sure it was going to be worse, but I'm so glad to say it's not worse. Anyway. I will pick this up again tomorrow, where I will finish the drift races of Stage 5. The next day. 1 drift race remains. And, well, even though I could have done it yesterday, well, at the time of when I'm recording this, well, it's another day. And the reason why I decided to leave this until today is, well, because I was too tired to get through this event. And the other reason is, well, because... I was recording it... I would be recording it well after midnight, and, well, I was pretty tired anyway, so I just decided to, stop it there. Anyway, I'm doing it now, because it's an all-new day. Read this message before, Ted. I'm just gonna get straight on with it. I think this is the last one, because there weren't any more races that showed up in Jackson Heights once I did the, how should I put this? Once I did the previous event. I'm so glad I avoided that car. Also, I think since this course is a bit smaller compared to the other 2 courses I raced on, I might have more of a chance here. I could have done this yesterday, but again, well, it was simply too late, and also, well, I was basically too tired to actually give a shit, in all honesty. And I decided, well, energy is more important than basically just grinding away the time, and basically getting stressed out over the amount of energy I don't have and basically just getting mad at my mistakes, but this time around. But of course, well, it's a new day. And because I'm actually better than that, I figured this is what will prove it. And I scored a total of 131,000 points in the end. Wonder how many rep points that gives me. Hey, it gives me maximum. Anyway, these are the results. So I beat Carl to the line by over 19,000 points. Al was third in the Corolla, and it was Michelle who came home fourth in the Peugeot 106. So more or less the tuned hatchbacks is what I think they are. But anyway, do we have any more drift races to get through? I don't think we do, but if we do, then well, I'll just have to go and get on with it. Because that is what I normally do. But anyway. And no, we don't. Okay. So that was the last of the drift races in Stage 5. And 60% completion, 134 races done and won. And average rep at the moment of 280 reputation points. Now my only question is, will that go up or down? Either way, it doesn't matter because I still have the sponsorship anyway. But there we go. All of the Stage 5 drift races have now been cleared. And next time, we will be getting on with the Stage 5 drag races, coming in the next episode.
No one can buy I need speed when I'm racing that strip. I got the bullet in the chip. You call like something to strip.